Okay, so everything is heating up with Wendy Osefo from the Housewives. Now, I know some of you guys might not be interested in this content, but the legality of this is really interesting to me. The press conference, this investigation, what's been revealed, Wendy's response, all of it is very interesting to me because I really like to follow legal trials. And so that's why I'm putting information into this. So everything you guys need to know in less than 10 minutes of what has happened today. Hey guys, it's Murad Morali, daily and consistent content. Subscribe if you guys want to. Let's get into this video. Prosecutors are seeking additional financial records, guys, of Wendy Osefo and her husband Eddie that they will say will show a pattern of excessive spending and support a motive in their criminal fraud case. Defense attorneys for the Osefos had said that Carroll County prosecutors were on a fishing expedition in seeking new banking records for the couple who were indicted last month for allegedly staging a burglary in order to claim losses that were, allegedly $500,000. But prosecutors responded saying the Osefos have approximately 40 credit or debit cards, some of which are believed to be in company names, and have in other instances used the aliases Pam Oliver and Eddie Hennessy, in a deliberate attempt to mask their identity. Prosecutors also say Wendy Osefo falsely denied using PayPal, Venmo, and Cash App to pay for jewelry. The state anticipates seeing purchases as well as returns on the financial records. Additionally, the state expects such documentation to show a pattern of excessive spending, supporting motive in this case. The state avers that insurance fraud is a financial crime, and in that the amount of debt owed by them jointly, individually, and by their businesses is highly relevant to the motive. 40 debit credit cards with random names that they're using is what is, really going on. Eddie's attorney stated Wednesday evening that the requests were overly broad and strangely timed because they were looking for something that they haven't figured out after 18 months of investigating. Such names were used for the delivery of packages following their lawful purchase to safeguard the identity of very public figures. The Osefos were indicted by Carroll County grand jury and charged with 7 counts of insurance fraud, 8 counts of conspiracy, insurance fraud, and 1 count of making a false statement to a police officer. The charges stem from a reported burglary at their home, where they said that when they were in Jamaica, thieves took off with stuff worth $500,000 nearly. Deputies doubted the claim and determined that numerous items that the couple said were stolen had actually been returned to stores for refunds, and some were found in their home. Both are free on a $50,000 bond. Well, Wendy has responded, and this is what they are stating as a joint statement. At the outset, police failed to properly investigate the initial burglary despite clear indications of a break-in, displaying clear bias against the Osefo family. The Osefos heard nothing but silence from police for over 18 months despite complete cooperation and requests for updates. It is common knowledge that the other Real Housewives cast members have also been victimized after documenting their travel on social media, yet none face this level of scrutiny or criminal charges. We believe it is deeply unjust for the Sheriff's Office and Office of the State Attorney for Carroll County to publicly expose confidential financial information about Eddie and Wendy Osefo. What is most disturbing is that the state appears to have begun investigating only after charging, which is a highly irregular approach that raises serious concerns about motive and fairness. The public release of the family's private financial details serves no lawful purpose and only invites conclusory opinions about a case the state is obviously still investigating. The Osefos have never used an alias or any financial application. This allegation is false and misleading. Such names were used for the delivery of packages following their lawful purchase to safeguard the identity of very public figures. It is ironic for the state to assert or exaggerate the existence of any purported debt in connection with this accomplished professional couple. Due process is paramount to the admin of justice, and its breach by misleading the public with a false narrative has only compounded the harm. The defense is confident the court will prevent any further violation of the Osefos' right to a fair trial. Now, this is a very good statement, I believe, from Wendy and Eddie's legal team, where they are very concerned by the malpractice. They're very concerned by the order of this investigation. Why are you trying to investigate after you've charged us? And also, why are you releasing this information public? Are you trying to sway the public court of opinion when it comes to the jurors? Of course, the jurors themselves wouldn't know what's going on. That's the whole idea. But, why is all of this coming out publicly? Why are you putting this out prior to this December hearing, which was meant to take place in early November, but it got delayed? Why? Why was there even a press conference? Something in the buttermilk is not clean. That's what Wendy and Eddie are saying. My humble opinion is I believe that Wendy and Eddie are guilty. That's just what I believe from the information that is coming out. I don't think it made sense for her to even go to BravoCon talking about these are just allegations, let's move forward. I just feel like it's just not the right place because this investigation has not wrapped, but she can do whatever she chooses to do. But 40 credit debit cards is crazy to me. Crazy. They're looking for more financial records. Even yesterday it was stated that they were going to access so much via their Apple IDs, Instagram IDs, emails. They found another email. You know, we have to remember that what they found in that house were these alleged stolen items, and even emails from Eddie saying, how do we maximize our insurance policy, that he was sending to his wife whilst they were in the same damn house. So that, you know, is what the police allegedly found. The press conference is dramatic. I don't think that it was needed, to be honest with you, and I do believe that they could have gone about this another way, but sometimes the police can be dramatic when there is somebody in the public eye because they aim to make them a example. They want to set them as an example for future insurance fraud schemes. And, you know, for those who are saying, well, this isn't a scheme that harmed people, there are plenty of people whose insurance policies can go up because of this, and that could have, you know, definitely harmed them to some kind of extent. It looks crazy to me, but I think Wendy's statement is very strong here via the lawyers. They put this out quickly. They were not playing. This came out, guys, an hour after what was found via the articles saying what the police want and the 40 credit cards and etc. and all of that. This came out straight away. Wendy believes, guys, per her replying to people in the comments, that they're moving so weird regarding this investigation because everything, you know, is being publicized. It's like they'd rather hold the court for the public eye instead of an actual courtroom. And Wendy doesn't like the way that the police are doing this. She initially said, you know, that the police searched unlawfully without a warrant, and that, you know, that the police were wrong for doing this. So, you know, Wendy and Eddie are really going up against the police. They're trying to cut corners to make sure the charges get dropped. They also wanted separate trials. I don't believe that's going to happen either. I just worry for the 3 children because, you know, this, you know, whole scenario is truly crazy. Now, Porsha, bodycam footage was released of her fighting with the woman in the airport, and it vindicated her. Multiple people came to support her.
I was sitting 2 rows back. She did not touch me.
No, that's what I'm saying.
You saw everything happen?
Yes.
That I thought I was going to be physically attacked. She had her, I don't want to do it to you, sir. She had her hands in my face, screaming.
And it looked like this woman was crazy. They had an altercation, you know, once they were sitting next to each other. And the woman said, well, you know, why are you playing this so loudly on your phone? And it ended up going back and forth to the point where this other woman was very aggressive with Porsha. And, you know, clearly Porsha was not in trouble because she would have been arrested if so, but you can see her making that complaint to the police and it went viral, and it vindicates her that that other woman was completely crazy. So I'm glad that this came out. I don't know why I'm talking about Housewives for a sudden. So much is going on. If you watch Orange County, Meghan King, guys, has lost custody of her 3 children. A mother to lose custody of her children means that something ain't right, and I believe that perhaps the Meghan King that we know is very different to the one behind the scenes. Perhaps she is crazy for the fact that the judge has decided that the father gets all the kids, she doesn't. Terrible day for her yesterday, and apparently it's because she was giving medicine to one of her children that was not prescribed. Why would you do this if, you know, the CPS or people are looking into you? Why would you? I don't understand. So clearly it added to the claim, and she's an unfit mother, and they therefore took the kids from her. That's what the legal paperwork is saying. Otherwise she would have had full custody. And so that is terror for a mother to lose 3 children in that way. And now there are visitation rights, and she has to go there to see, and there will be a hearing soon to see if this will be permanent or not. So, you know, what a nightmare for her. But too much is going on, and I wanted to wrap it all in. Subscribe, comment down below, give this video a thumbs up. I would appreciate it. It's just one click to subscribe. Maybe when Wendy was in Jamaica, it was Mia who was in that house stealing stuff, because it must have been her, for the fact that she's gone to prison yesterday for stealing a sofa in the middle of the night, like, and then caught like a rat in the highway. Maybe it was Mia, guys, who was stealing furniture and stuff from Wendy's house. Maybe she broke in, child. Subscribe, and I'll catch you guys soon for another video.